Sidewalks. We see them every day, walk on them, sometimes even skateboard or jog across them. But have you ever stopped to wonder, where did these things come from? And why do we even need them? Well, my friends, sidewalks have a story, and it's way more fascinating than you think. Today, we're diving into the secret history of sidewalks, and how these humble paths shaped cities, impacted human mobility, and influenced walkability. By the end, you'll see why sidewalks are not just slabs of concrete but the backbone of sustainable urban living. Let's kick things off with the Romans. Yes, the Romans, those city planners extraordinaire who gave us aqueducts, roads, and even, drumroll please, sidewalks. Okay, they didn't call them that, but they had raised footpaths alongside their those famous Roman roads that connected the empire. These early sidewalks weren't just for keeping pedestrians' feet dry when it rained. They were an early safety feature. The Romans realized that if you didn't want to be run over by a horse-drawn cart, it was probably a good idea to have a separate, elevated area for walking. Genius, right? Take Pompeii as an example. Excavations revealed raised stone sidewalks along their streets, with stepping stones so pedestrians could cross the road without stepping into muck or traffic. Rome's footpaths were revolutionary for their time, emphasizing pedestrian safety in a world dominated by animal-powered vehicles. Fast forward to 19th century Paris, where the city was undergoing a massive transformation. You can thank Baron Haussmann for the sidewalks we know today. Before Haussmann, Paris was a congested mess of narrow, medieval streets. Pedestrians had to squeeze past horses, carriages, and street vendors in conditions that were, let's say, not ideal. In the mid-1800s, Haussmann was commissioned by Emperor Napoleon III to redesign Paris, and one of his key contributions was wider streets with dedicated sidewalks. No more dodging carriages and manure. Pedestrians now had designated zones to walk, shop, and socialize safely. And it wasn't just about foot traffic. Haussmann's broad sidewalks helped turn streets into social spaces. Cafes began to line these new boulevards, and Paris became a model for modern urban design. Fun fact: Haussmann's sidewalks were also paved, unlike earlier dirt paths, which made them much more functional and pleasant to walk on, rain or shine. Now let's hop across the Atlantic to New York City, where sidewalks exploded in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. With the city's rapid growth and industrialization, it needed to accommodate not just pedestrians but the influx of immigrants and urban workers. By 1890, New York City had more than 350 miles of paved sidewalks, setting the stage for the modern city as we know it. Sidewalks in New York soon became bustling places where urban life happened: street vendors, kids playing stickball, and neighbors chatting outside their brownstones. Today, sidewalks in Manhattan can get as crowded as roads. Ever tried walking through Times Square at rush hour? Good luck. You'll feel like a sardine in a can. But sidewalks aren't just about history. They are essential to walkability and sustainable transportation today. Urban planners now see sidewalks as crucial to making cities more livable, sustainable, and healthy. A well-designed sidewalk encourages active transportation like walking, biking, or even skating, modes of transit that are not only eco-friendly but also boost public health. Take Copenhagen for example. It's known for being one of the world's most walkable and bike-friendly cities. Wide, continuous sidewalks and safe pedestrian crossings are integrated throughout the city, encouraging people to leave their cars behind and opt for walking or cycling. In fact, 41% of all trips in Copenhagen are made on foot or by bike. Copenhagen's example shows how investing in good pedestrian infrastructure can reduce traffic congestion and lower CO2 emissions. And let's be real, you don't have to go to the gym if you walk everywhere. Your sidewalk can double as your treadmill. Let's also look at Curitiba, Brazil, a city globally recognized for its urban planning. In the 1970s, visionary mayor Jamie Lerner transformed the city with a focus on public spaces and pedestrian zones. One of his landmark projects was creating Rua 15 de Novembro, the first major pedestrian street in Brazil. Curitiba's sidewalks are wide and well-maintained, designed to accommodate both foot traffic and street-level activities like outdoor markets. These improvements enhanced walkability, reduced traffic, and encouraged public transit use, making the city a model for sustainable urban development. Curitiba's success shows how prioritizing sidewalks and public spaces can create healthier, more vibrant urban environments. But let's not pretend it's all smooth walking. Not all sidewalks are created equal, and some cities struggle with sidewalk inequality. In many U.S. cities, particularly low-income neighborhoods, sidewalks are incomplete or poorly maintained. A study by the National Complete Streets Coalition found that 43% of pedestrian deaths happen where sidewalks are missing or inadequate. For example, in Los Angeles, a city notorious for its car dependency, nearly 40% of the city's sidewalks are cracked or damaged. This makes walking not only inconvenient but also dangerous, particularly for people with disabilities, children, and the elderly. Looking ahead, sidewalks are playing a central role in the development of smart cities. In places like Barcelona and Singapore, sidewalks are being integrated with smart technology, from sensors that monitor foot traffic to solar-powered panels that generate electricity as people walk. These innovations aren't just cool tech, they're practical too. Data from smart sidewalks can help city planners optimize routes, manage crowds, and even identify maintenance issues before they become dangerous. So next time you walk down the street, remember, sidewalks aren't just a convenience. They're a critical part of urban life that shapes how we move, interact, and build healthier, more sustainable cities. From ancient Rome to today's smart cities, sidewalks have played a huge role in shaping urban development. And that's the secret history of sidewalks. Thanks for walking with us through time. Now, go take a stroll and appreciate that piece of concrete under your feet.